This Saturday is National Wreaths Across America Day on this Saturday, December 16th. And my guest this morning is the Director of Communications for Wreaths Across America, Amber Caron. Good morning and welcome to WDHA and Jersey Magazine.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, Jim.
So, Amber, for DHA listeners who aren't familiar with Wreaths Across America, tell us about it.
Wreaths Across America is a national nonprofit. We're in every state, and we have a very simple but year-round mission. Our mission is to remember the fallen, honor those who serve, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. We're probably most well known for our National Wreaths Across America Day event. This year, that's, as you noted, Saturday, December 16th. And actually, this year, we're pretty excited. We have 500 plus new participating locations. So that's over 4,200 cemeteries across the country. We're in every state, including Guam and Puerto Rico, where ceremonies will be held on National Wreaths Across America Day to honor and remember our nation's veterans.
And the story of how the company came to be founded is pretty interesting. Having too many wreaths at the end of Christmas season and what to
Yeah.
do with them.
Yeah, our founder is a very patriotic man. He had a wreath business, and in 1992, he found himself with about 5,000 extra wreaths, and hated to see them go to waste. So he had remembered a trip he had taken down to Arlington National Cemetery when he was 12, and he got permission from our then Senator, Maine Senator Olympia Snowe, who's since retired, to get permission to bring those 5,000 wreaths down to Arlington and place them in the oldest part of the cemetery, where really not many visitors and family come. And it took them all day for about 8 volunteers to place those 5,000 wreaths. And he said after that day that he would never not do that as a family. And for 14 years, they did that every year, 5,000 wreaths, and they moved them to different locations. And then it wasn't until 2005 that a photo was taken of the wreaths in the snow. And it went viral back when things really went viral, I guess. And people from all over the country really found it to be something that they wanted to be part of. And so Wreaths Across America, the national nonprofit, was born in 2007. We're relatively young, but as an organization, we've grown year over year because I think it really is an easy thing for people to do and to commit to. I think most people would agree that our veterans and military families are deserving of our support and honor and respect. So this year we're anticipating over 3 million people coming out on National Wreaths Across America Day to peacefully gather and to place those wreaths and say the names of our fallen veterans out loud.
You mentioned the picture of what the cemetery looks like with those wreaths. It is incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
There's no question about it.
It's hard to, it's funny, after all these years, I've been involved for 16 years myself. And it's hard to show a picture. You share a picture on Facebook or you send it to your family and they're like, oh, that's so nice. And it's like, it doesn't do justice to the experience. I think it's a very simple gesture to place a wreath. But it's something that I think is very moving for most people who experience it. And to see the sea of those bright red live balsam wreaths and the red bow, and know that each of them was individually sponsored by somebody who wanted to say thank you, I think it has a different impact for people. So I encourage you, if you haven't participated, to go on out there.
I love the slogan, and you mentioned this a little earlier about remembering, honoring, and teaching, because I think that's so important, especially to younger generations. You consider how few World War II veterans we have, and Korean War veterans as well. And we're getting to a point now where Vietnam veterans are approaching their 80s, and we're going to be losing them at a high rate as well in the coming years.
Yeah, it's true. And we're a partner with the United States of America Vietnam War Commemoration. So we actually serve as an official welcome home partner for Vietnam veterans. And you're absolutely right. My father's a Vietnam veteran, and it's a whole generation of people who serve this country. And if you don't ask, they're probably not going to share. And it's a piece of our history. And I think, especially for kids now, I have teenage boys, and they were born after 9/11, and there isn't the same understanding, I think, with the younger generation. So it's important. I think the best thing you can do for veterans to show them honor and is to help teach the next generation about the value of serving. I think that's the best thing you can do.
In addition to this Saturday, December 16th, being National Wreaths Across America Day, there are three things happening here in New Jersey. And
Yeah.
for DHA listeners who are watching this on video, they see the D cap on, and that's for Jonathan Dayton High School, where I'm a coach on the baseball staff. And one of those events is happening this Tuesday at Dayton High School. Tell our listeners about these three events, Amber.
Yeah, so our escort to Arlington, which is a week-long trip from Maine down to Arlington National Cemetery. Chevy is a sponsor of this. Actually, you'll see these really beautiful wrap Chevy trucks and these tractor trailers coming down the highway. It's basically the world's largest veterans parade, as we call it. And we'll be traveling down the East Coast and arriving Tuesday evening around 5 p.m. at Jonathan Dayton High School, where there'll be an escort to Arlington ceremony. The high school will put that on. There'll be Gold Star families, Blue Star families, veterans, law enforcement, tractor trailer drivers who are hauling the wreaths down to Arlington, who will all be part of this ceremony at the high school. And then the following day on Wednesday the 13th, we have two stops. The first one will be at the Liberation Monument in the morning, and that is in Jersey City, and that'll be around 9:30 a.m. We actually have a Holocaust survivor who will be part of that ceremony, which is pretty moving and exciting for us. And then we'll be heading from there to the New Jersey Vietnam Veterans Memorial, and that's in Holmdel, New Jersey, for about around lunchtime, so 12:30. And they always do a wonderful presentation and ceremony at their wall there. So we encourage you to come out. These are all open to the public. Please come out and wave at the escort as comes through. It's pretty big. It's hard to miss. There'll be some roads shut down. But it's something to see, and knowing that, all these Chevy vehicles are carrying Gold Star families. So for anyone who doesn't know what that means, a Gold Star family member is someone who has lost an immediate family member serving active duty for our country. So a lot of Gold Star moms and dads who will be in these vehicles, and some brothers and sisters as well. And Blue Star families, that means that their loved ones are actively serving now. So just to show our respect and gratitude to those families is really exciting. And I think it'll be great. This is our first time ever going to the Jonathan Dayton High School. So we're excited to see what the kids and the school has put together for us. So
I'll see if I can't get some members of the baseball team out there.
awesome.
You mentioned the Vietnam Memorial, and for the high school in my town, that is an annual visit where they take some of the students. And though that is ancient history to them, no question about it, when they see the pictures, and many of them have grandparents or uncles or what have you who serve there, and they realize that those men and women aren't a whole lot older than they currently are, it is incredibly sobering. Plus the number of members of our town who were killed in Vietnam. And it really, really brings it home, that whole idea of remember, honor, and teach.
I agree. And I think especially for this generation, it's important to have that personal connection, to understand that these are people just like them who were, graduating high school, and most of them, didn't really have much of an option at the time. And they served their country well. And I think that it's important that we hear their stories and understand how grateful we are for them for their service. So we love to see kids involved. We love stopping at schools. It's an important thing for kids to have that connection. So we're grateful for the high school to host us, and for all of these hosts. I mean, Wreaths Across America, we're coming in with 200 folks on a convoy, and everyone's welcoming us into their community. And we're very grateful for that. And it's an important trip, and we hope people will come out and see us. And please feel free to stop at these events. They're all open to the public. And if you can join us on National Wreaths Across America Day, you can go to our website, wreathsacrossamerica.org, and you can actually search your zip code to find a participating location near you. And from there, you can identify, the times and where you might be able to help place some wreaths.
And again, that website is wreathsacrossamerica.org. Amber Caron, the Director of Communications for Wreaths Across America, thank you so much for your time. This is a wonderful cause that you have, and we really appreciate you spending time with us here this morning on WDHA.
Thank you so much, Jim. Appreciate it.